The new year arrives carrying a familiar sense of expectation. Fresh starts, clean slates, the quiet, or not so quiet, suggestion that this is the moment to finally become a better version of ourselves. For many years I joined in. I set New Year's resolutions with the very best of intentions. They were often thoughtful and well-meaning, rooted in a genuine desire to feel healthier, calmer, more grounded, or more present. And yet, time and again, those resolutions quietly fell away. Not because I lacked commitment, but because the word resolution comes with an unspoken rigidity. It implies certainty, strength, and unwavering consistency. And life, as we all know, rarely behaves that neatly. One slip, one missed day, one moment of exhaustion or overwhelm, and suddenly it can feel as though the whole thing has failed. The internal dialogue shifts from encouragement to criticism, and before we know it, we're telling ourselves there's no point continuing. Over time, I've come to believe that this all-or-nothing thinking does far more harm than good. That's why I now favour a gentler approach, setting intentions instead of resolutions. An intention isn't a rule or a test. It's a direction of travel. It allows for the natural rhythms of being human, the days when things flow, and the days when simply getting through is enough. Intentions recognise that progress is rarely linear, that we will circle back, pause, and sometimes take steps sideways or backwards before moving forward again. There's kindness in that. Recently, I heard a concept discussed that added another layer to this way of thinking. The idea of a legacy goal, or perhaps more accurately, a legacy intention. Rather than focusing on what we want to achieve this month or even this year, it asks us to step back and reflect more deeply. How do I want the world to remember me? What do I want to have given? How do I want to have shown up for others? For some people, the answers to those questions will be rooted in family life, being a steady, loving presence, creating safety and connection, breaking cycles, or nurturing future generations. For others, it might involve contributing to a local community, supporting a particular cause, or sharing knowledge and experience more widely. And for some, it may be a combination of all of these. There's no right or wrong answer here, no measure of worth based on how far-reaching our influence appears to be. What matters is authenticity. The sense that our intentions align with our values, our energy, and the season of life we're in. What I find so powerful about this idea is that it reframes everyday actions. When we hold a legacy intention quietly in mind, our smaller choices begin to make sense in a different way. We're not striving for perfection or productivity for its own sake. We're simply asking, does this move me gently in the direction of the difference I want to make? Because ultimately, we are what we do, not what we promise ourselves we'll do, not what we plan to do one day, but what we practice, repeatedly, imperfectly, in the midst of real life. A kind word spoken when we're tired. A boundary held when it would be easier to give in. A moment of pause instead of pushing through. A decision to begin again rather than give up. These are the things that shape us. So as this year unfolds, perhaps we can release some of the pressure that so often accompanies January. Perhaps we can let go of rigid resolutions and instead choose intentions that feel supportive rather than demanding. intentions that allow room for rest as well as growth, for compassion as well as commitment, for being human. There is no deadline, no scorecard, no failing, just a direction and the quiet, steady choice to keep returning to it.